What's up, everybody? Hey. All right, y'all coming on in. At first, I wasn't sure if the notification was going out because it seemed like nobody was coming in, but just B-Lo by herself. Hey, B-Lo. Girl, we about to talk about some people down in Texas, honey. Hey, Patty Duke. But Jessica, hey, babe. Xavier. Hey, Lock Queen. Brandon, Mimi. What's up, y'all? Hey, L Love. Alika Love, what's up? Hey, Tracy. Hey, Watermelon Sugar. It's me, D. Hey, Pooh. How y'all doing? How's everybody doing today? Where's my little baby at and my Ebby? Let me text Ebby. Ebby might be asleep. Hey, y'all, where you been, boo? How you doing? Oh, there she go. There go my Ebby. What's up, Miss Powell? I'm not. I think you told me before it's Keisha, right? Am I saying? I think you told me how to pronounce your name before. Hey, Bat. Texas and Mississippi just bass backwards. I know, right? Well, let's go. We might as well just start there, honey. Listen, if you planning on traveling, Texas better not be one of them places that you planning on going, okay? Because Texas, the governor just lifted the mandatory mask requirement down in the state of Texas and has ordered all establishments to open back up to 100% capacity. What y'all just under a block of ice a week ago and couldn't even get y'all people like water? Like, didn't that happen a week ago? This time last week, were we not praying for Texas and trying to figure out how we could send friends and loved ones some love offerings and some food? The food banks was empty. Like, I'm not even saying this to be funny. And then I ain't no disrespect to my Texas people, but I'm serious. Were we not a week ago just talking about how Texas, y'all electrical grid couldn't even help you? But y'all want to open restaurants to 100% capacity and no mask mandate? Now, I understand that the restaurant situation is probably financial. People are probably hurting, and they want people to go back to work. But the no mask mandate? Abby said they got to open up. People like bills is $50,000. Child, well, they said they took that away. They told people they were just going to take the average of their last two bills, I think they said. All I got to say is you be a fool to pay it. I mean, I know people need power. I ain't saying that, but I'm just saying it's just no disrespect to Texas, but I'm going to need them to stay in their state. Listen, Texas is always talking about they want to secede from the United States. I think now would be a perfect time. Bye. Gone. I'm just saying. Abby, did you really text me back to say I'm here? Oh, Lord. I mean, again, I'm sorry. B-Lo is down in Texas. I'm sorry for all my Texas people, but that has got to be the most irresponsible thing I have ever heard. It is ridiculous. Hey, Tawana. Hey, Tabitha. Tabitha was trying to go live earlier and tell y'all what's going on down there in Georgia. They down there passing laws in Georgia to try to put voter suppression back in, honey. Let me tell you something. I believe, now I don't know this to be a fact because I don't know none of these people, okay? But I believe that Stacey Abrams is running for governor again, so she gonna handle it. I really believe that's what I really believe she's running for governor. She gonna handle it. And honestly, I have not had a chance to look at I saw your video earlier. I mean, I saw it. You posted it earlier on your Instagram, but I didn't get a chance to look at your video yet because your live kept messing up. And that's why I thought my notifications weren't gonna go out because it seemed like they were moving real slow. And then all of a sudden, people just started popping in. So I was like, okay, it must have went in. Hey, Aunt Dee, Yana, hey, really be a chat. I had my 4-year blood work after chemo today, and I'm still in remission. Praise the Lord. All right. And then you got the email, your email that your Avon ships. I know that's right. We said it was a happy day. Well, praise the Lord. That is a praise report, y'all. Y'all send Yana some love. She is one of our pink warriors that hangs out with us. So praise the Lord for that. I went to the doctor today, and I've told y'all, well, I think I did it in a members only live, but you got to go back and find the members only live. Maybe I'll do another story time and tell it again. I got new members now that might want to know the story. But a few years ago, I had a health crisis. I won't get into the details now because, again, I don't want to retell the whole story right now. But to make a long story short, I have a compromised immune system. And so I went to the doctor today, and my doctor does not want me to take the vaccine. You know, they are not, people who have lupus and other autoimmune compromised diseases, they are not letting them take the vaccine. And even though I have not been diagnosed with anything specifically, my doctor was like, yeah, no. So I'm not taking the vaccine, and she doesn't want me to go back to work. We'll go back in the building. She was like, you keep working from home. So I had to do all that paperwork today, and I got to submit all that stuff tomorrow, and I'll see what they talking about, child. Because my thing is, I keep doing what I've been doing. I keep working from right here. I'll log in every day. So, and she said with everybody else taking the vaccine and with herd immunity and all of that, I should be good in the fall. But she was just like, it doesn't make sense for you to take that kind of a risk for 2 months of school. Like, that's stupid. At the end of the school year. Like, she was like, no. She's like, no, give me the paperwork. What I need to do. Hey, P, what's up? Thank you, watermelon sugar. Hey, sugar honey iced tea. You getting ready to head to the store, Quintessential? Well, be safe, baby. So, but yeah, I finally made it to my doctor. Now I have a virtual appointment with my neurologist and my rehab doctor in like 2 weeks. So I'll see what they talking about. We'll see if it's a unanimous decision, child. We'll see if it's a unanimous decision. But anyway, so congratulations to you, Yana. Congratulations. That is not an easy road. Yeah, well, by the time we go back, it's only 2 months left in the school year. Teachers go back next week. March the 17th, they want teachers in the building for 2 weeks. Then we have spring break, and then the kids will come back after spring break, which is for hybrid learning. So it's not even like a regular school day. And by that time, that'll be like April the 8th, April the 9th, something like that. The last day of school for us is June 15th, June 12th. So that's like 2 months of school. Or as my supervisor said, we got 45 days. He done counted the days. He said it's 45 days. He said it's 45 days. We just got to get through 45 days. I said, now you know that's bad when they done counted the days. You can tell me now it will be unanimous. Well, yeah, you know what, Dewana? Here's the thing. Do I miss going in the building? I absolutely do. Do I miss my kids? I miss it. I do, but I also want to be healthy. So, do I feel like am I going to buck my doctor for 2 months of school? No, I'm not going to do that. I was supposed to go to the doctor, but I kept canceling my appointments. I'm not trying to be around the masses. Girl, you better go do what you got to do. But back to Stacey Abrams, we are all waiting here in Atlanta on bated breath, waiting for her to announce that she's running. Yeah, because here's the thing that doesn't make sense to me, Tabitha. And for all of y'all people, with the politics, we started with Texas, so I guess we'll keep going from here. Here's the thing. I refuse to believe, and I would have to hear it from her mouth, right? Because I would believe her if she said it. But I refuse to believe that no conversations were had between the Democratic Party and Stacey Abrams and or the Biden administration and Stacey Abrams. Now, I do know she said she would love to, right? But I also know she wasn't going to take just anything that was offered to her. Just like with Keisha Lansbottom, she was like, no, I don't want to be the ambassador to Barbados. You know what I'm saying? So that's not to say that they didn't throw her a bone, which I would find to be ultimately disrespectful if that's what they did. If they just threw her a bone, I would find that to be disrespectful. But I refuse to believe that all that woman did, especially the fact that you now control the Senate, that solely rests on the shoulders of Stacey Abrams. And I refuse to believe that a legitimate conversation wasn't had about her future and what she wanted. And maybe the conversation boiled down to, we need you here rather than here. You know, I don't know. But I don't believe that a conversation wasn't had. And if she didn't take a position with the Democratic Party and she's not working for Biden at this point, I have to believe there's a bigger plan. Or a different plan, I should say. And I have to believe that that different plan is governor. I also believe that Stacey Abrams wants to run for president. And so I also think that she's looking at what is going to better position her to get there. Working under Biden and his cabinet may not necessarily get her there. Becoming the governor of Georgia may get her closer. But I don't know that to be a fact. I really don't. I honestly don't know that to be a fact. That is just me sitting over here with my 2 cents, undergrad political science degree, child. You moved from Florida right before COVID hit, child. Yeah, because COVID be stupid too, child. Florida be doing some crazy stuff too. Yeah, now they might have offered her a bone, which I would find to be disrespectful if they did. There definitely was a conversation. Stacey should definitely run. Yeah, I think that's what she would do. No, the word around here is that if she wasn't offered VP, she was going to continue to fight for voter rights in Georgia, and then she was going to run for governor. Okay. And see, I can believe that. I absolutely can believe that. And I really feel like she has positioned herself to write her own ticket. I think that if she continues to do what she's doing and mobilizing people, and the Republican Party and the Democratic Party doesn't screw it up in the next couple of years, she's absolutely put herself in a really good position. I mean, she won the first time. She was just cheated out of it. I mean, I hate to sound like Donald Trump right now, but, you know, they just cheated her out of it. But she won the first time, let's be clear. So I definitely feel like she could do it again. Well, you know, Stacey Abrams said that they asked her about VP at one point, and she said something to the effect of she wants the top position, or something to the effect of she didn't want to be VP, she wanted to be president. But we all know that she would have accepted it. Let's be clear. I don't see her turning VP down. I'm just saying. I need her to win an elected office first. Winning the governor, the Senate would be great. Yeah, I agree, P. And I agree. I exactly, Tabitha, and I agree with that. Tabitha, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go ahead and do this next story while you're in here, because you have absolutely been on top. First of all, before I get off here, you guys make sure, if y'all are not already subscribed to Tabitha, y'all go over there and subscribe to Tabitha. Mods, do me a favor, drop her link to her channel. She uploaded a video, was it either early this morning or late last night? She's been doing a lot of research on the similarities between Donald Trump and Adolf Hitler. I hope none of these words but it is what it is. And this is something that I've had this conversation with my students. Whenever we talk about, over the last 4 years, whenever we talk about World War II and we start getting into the politics and the propaganda and the dog whistles and all those buzzwords that people like to use about what happened in the 1930s in Europe and what we're dealing with here in current present day United States. And so she has been doing a lot of research. You know, the one thing about stuff like this is absolutely Cherry Nest TV. The one thing about it is it's a rabbit hole, right? Once you learn about one thing, it leads you to the next thing, it leads you to the next thing, it leads you to the next thing, right? And it's like a rabbit hole. And so she sort of has fallen down the rabbit hole the last couple of months. And so she did a video sort of basically outlining a lot of the similarities that she has seen. And so I'm saying, y'all go. Thank you, Jaded. My baby done fell out the bushes. Listen, Jaded is how I found Beautiful Soul, aka is Tabitha. He recommended her to me a while back, and I started tuning in. And I was like, okay, all right, and then she became like somebody that I had to listen to in the morning. I miss her in the mornings. Oh, I miss her so much. Anyway, so I say all that to say, Dr. Seuss. Y'all heard about this story with Dr. Seuss? I appreciate experience. Sims ran on that fact. I respect Stacey's work and will support her run, but I need her to win. And yes, she was cheated. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So y'all go check out that video. But you might want to look at this a little bit closely too, Tabitha, as you're going through your research. So Dr. Seuss, 6 of his books have now been banned because of racial images and insensitive language. What a lot of people may not realize about Dr. Seuss is that a lot of Dr. Seuss's books are really about other things, just as in a lot of children's literature. I don't know I took a class on children's literature in college, and it'll really open your eyes up to a lot of these books that we think are so innocent, that we grew up with, that gave us all of this, history and stuff. It really, really is about something bigger. I really believe. Somebody might have to correct me. If somebody in here knows, please correct me. But the Cat in the Hat, it's not about Hitler. I want to say it's about Mussolini, but don't quote me on that. But the Cat in the Hat is really a metaphor on another one of those world leaders from that time period. I think it was Mussolini, but please don't quote me on that. But I know it's loosely about one of those leaders from that time period, the Cold War, that around the World War II. Dr. Seuss is Jewish, or he's passed away. He was Jewish, and so a lot of his point of view comes from growing up in America, growing up Jewish in America in the 1920s, 1930s, seeing what happened to the Jews in Europe, and really sort of speaking on it. No, the Cat in the Hat isn't about the Cat in the Hat. hold on, y'all. Because I was looking it up before, and then I got distracted, child. Hold on. Hold on, let me get it for y'all right now. Okay, here it is right here. The Cat in the Hat is about, hold on, let me open this up. The Cat in the Hat is about revolt against authority. Hold on. Now I gotta find it. Hold on. It's about the revolt against authority. All these ads keep popping up every time I'm trying to read it. Okay. I don't want to. It's about it's about revolt against authority, but the Cat in the Hat was the hat. The person was patterned after somebody, and I want to say Mussolini, but please y'all don't quote me on that. I know it's not Hitler. It's not Hitler, but a lot of his books, again, come from that mindset, and so Lenin. He also, okay, this is coming from, this is an article I'm reading. I'm on biography.com. He admitted this. He admitted that he wrote the story with a political message in mind. The Cat in the Hat is a revolt against authority, but it is the fact that the cat cleans up everything in the end. It's revolutionary in that it goes so far as Krinsky. I don't have to look who that up. And then stops. It doesn't quite go as far as Lenin. So it's not. So it's about the revolt against authority during that time period when we're talking about the Cold War. So he's talking about Lenin. He's talking about the leaders over in Germany. I mean, over in Europe at the time. So again, it's a revolt against authority. So when I say it's not like a biography of these people, but it's about bucking against the status quo and against the expected images. So 6 of his books have now been banned. Now, a few years ago, the NEA broke ties with the Dr. Seuss Foundation because of some of the racial depictions and things of that nature. Because they would have their reading initiative will be connected to Dr. Seuss's birthday, and they would have this. And y'all might remember when y'all were younger, they would have this whole big celebration, and it would be Cat in the Hat Day or Dr. Seuss Day. I remember even being asked as an educator to wear, people used to dress up as Dr. Seuss, and they would read the books to the kids and stuff like that. So they're not being published anymore. Those 6 books are not being published anymore. And when I read the titles, I don't even know these books. These aren't even, in my opinion, these aren't even the more popular Dr. Seuss books. It's some about A Day at the Zoo. I can only imagine what they wrote in A Day at the Zoo. Now, they said that the images are Japanese Americans or Japanese people, and of course, Black people. One I know is like A Day at the Zoo. It's something about something that happened on Marbury Street. Well, when I read the 6 titles, I was like, I don't even know these Dr. Seuss books. But I went on a further read, and this is where I know Tabitha is gonna pick up the mantle, and she gonna fall in the rabbit hole, y'all. But they said that prior to him becoming Dr. Seuss, he was an illustrator, and even going back to college, he performed in a minstrel show in blackface, and some of his early illustrations were very, very racial. Very racial as far as how he depicted Black people and things like that. And I didn't know that. I never knew that about Dr. Seuss. I knew that he was Jewish, and I knew that his books often had other meanings underneath them, but I didn't know that about Dr. Seuss, okay? But they said that he has definitely had a troubling past. But I'm gonna say this, and this is in no way, shape, or form making an excuse. I have used politically insensitive Walt Disney cartoons when teaching my students about World War II. You can look it up now. You can Google in Donald Duck propaganda World War II. You can Google Walt Disney propaganda World War II. You can look them right up on YouTube. I will show y'all the videos now, but y'all know they're going to flag my video if I do that. Disney will get me. But if you put in Donald Duck, comma, Japanese cartoon, you will see some of the most racially insensitive depictions of Japanese Americans. Put in World War II propaganda, the Walt Disney, and all kinds of cartoons will pop up, and they'll have Donald. Most of them are starring Donald Duck. Most of them have Donald Duck in there because they can let Donald Duck play the buffoon, and you don't have to take any of it very seriously. But remember, Walt Disney was Jewish. So I'm not making excuses for people, but I am going to say that in that time period, that is what was acceptable. Now, we can't call Japanese people those names that Donald Trump, Lord. Donald Duck uses, the language that he uses in those cartoons. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We can't use that language now. It is not acceptable. And we already know what the minstrel shows and you know what I'm saying? We already know about all of that stuff. Right. Jaded, some of the older Disney movies, the Siamese Cats and Lady and the Tramp. Like, the reality is And again, I'm not making excuses, but we just have to take things for where they are historically and put them in that place. That doesn't mean we have to bring them forward. I ain't saying that, because we know that Walt Disney would never show some of those cartoons now, ever. But we have to know where they were in that moment and understand where they were in that moment. And so it seems like Dr. Seuss, it seems like they're not running away from the history of Dr. Seuss. They just ain't necessarily, hey Dre, hey, they just not, hey Alikala, they just not promoting them. Tom and Jerry, I'm not as familiar with that. I would have to do some, yeah, Horton Hears a Who. Absolutely. Yeah. A lot of Walt Disney's stories have a bigger meaning underneath the surface. But again, a lot of children's literature does. I'm telling you, if y'all ever want to just take an elective because you just want to take an elective, go and take a class on children's literature. I'm telling y'all, so many of the books that we grew up on that seem like they were about this, and then you go back and you like, oh, I didn't know that's what we was talking about. I didn't know that's what we was talking about. Okay. Right. So, oh yeah, definitely some of the older Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck. Yeah. So, you know, I'm fine with this. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I'm okay with the, and because here's what I can appreciate. Hold on, real quick, y'all. Hold on. Yeah. So that's what I would have to go back, y'all. I actually explained to my mom that the crows and Dumbo were black people. Child. Yep. So when y'all go back, I'm telling you, and I already know what's up, Lamone. No, we ain't got the Nike yet. We're gonna get the Nike in a few minutes. I already know that Tabitha gonna fall down that rabbit hole with me. Cause you know I'm about to go down the rabbit hole, Tabitha. You know I am. And you know, um, in about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, she gonna do a TikTok. But yeah, you guys, a lot of, well, that's just like in the Wizard of Oz when they went in the poppy fields, they were getting high. Y'all know that, right? Remember when they went through the poppy fields and they, passed out? The poppy was opium. In the book, that's what it was. Now in the movie, they had to make it look pretty, but in the book, they took, just like in Alice in Wonderland, they took drugs. I mean, it's relative in that moment. Walt Disney, I don't think ever stopped being racist. He was a hateful person in general. Ooh, 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 ooh. Child. Police said she been led astray. Yeah, but now see, now y'all done got Dorothy a crackhead. See, I ain't said all of that. I ain't said all of that. Yeah, the Siamese cats. You remember a few years ago, people were saying that was very racial, that because they were Asian and they were like, we are Siamese. It's like they would say there was just racial undertones to that whole thing. But again, what we consider to be racial and insensitive today I remember seeing the original Song of the South, and I saw, like, it's been edited now, but I saw the original Song of the South in the movie theater when I was younger, and that whole Tar Baby with Uncle Remus, that was in the movie. And I mean, I know people think I'm old as hell, but I ain't that damn old. I mean, I remember seeing it as a kid, and that was still in there. That was still included, the Uncle Remus with the Tar Baby. Now, it has since been edited out. And when they show Song of the South, they edit that out. But that was still in the movie the first time I saw it. Yeah. You see, Jada said, nah, the cats were trash. Don't do that. Pocahontas. First of all, they need to just get rid of that whole cartoon. That whole cartoon is so horrible as far as a depiction on the Pocahontas. Don't get me started on Pocahontas. We got a whole generation of kids thinking that was the story of Pocahontas, and that's how it really went down. Because they done seen the movie, the cartoon, when they was kids, and they think that's what really happened. That's really what Pocahontas was all about. That's what they really think. I remember watching all those racist cartoons as a kid. Now you can't find them where they've been edited. Yeah. Yeah, and so that's what I'm saying. Like, we have to put it in again. And that's why I guess as a historian, that's part of why I'm not part of that whole cancel culture thing, because we have to put things in their place as they belong in our history. It's like in our archives of history. We have to put them in their place. And so, yes, it's not acceptable in 2021. But don't erase it, because people need to understand. So I'm going to use Song of the South as an example. No, I don't necessarily think that we should still be showing the original Song of the South in current day. But what I don't want is for it to be totally erased, because I think in its moment, in that archive of our history, it needs to be preserved so people understand it. And when we start talking about racial images and imagery and what was subliminally taught to our kids, they need to understand that those were the images that our kids grew up seeing. They need to understand that, because if they don't know it and we can't go back and use it as a reference, then we do look crazy. Then it's like, see, they just be exaggerating. It wasn't that bad, but it was. I remember I taught a child, they gave me a journalism class one year. I don't know why they did that. I don't know nothing about no journalism. But what I decided to do was I decided to do a whole unit of teaching racial bias as it relates to media. And what I used sitcoms from the 70s, right? So we looked at, we didn't look at the whole episode. We looked at clips. We started with the 50s. So we went back to the 50s and we talked about the Honeymooners. And then I showed them Amos and Andy, right? We did I Love Lucy. And then I did, what was it? Another one. It had a black maid in it. It was a black and white show and it had a black maid in it. Then I went to the 60s and 70s. But so, for example, I showed the kids the Partridge Family and the Brady Bunch. Then we looked at what's happening in Good Times. I said, now, if you were a white person living in middle America and you had no connection to black people, what message does this send you? If this is the only image you ever have of black people, is what's happening in Good Times. The message that is subliminally being sent to our kids is, oh, well, if an unmarried single parent white woman meets an unmarried single parent white man, well, they get married and they live happily ever after. And the families blend and they're good to go. But Raj mama couldn't find a man. But in every episode, they was dancing. Rerun always had a dance break. Always had a dance break for Rerun. And don't get me wrong, I love that show. That's one of my favorite shows. I love me some What's Happening. But we're talking about the imagery, what is being sold to us, what we're being told, and it's all subliminal. And exactly, and that's why no matter how people might personally feel about Bill Cosby today, myself included, that is why the Cosby Show is so important. And that is why when it came out, people actually said, well, that's just not a realistic depiction of black family life. Bitch, where? Like, people really said that the Cosby Show was unrealistic. Why? Because you had two professionals that were upper middle class, that had gone to college, whose parents had gone to college. Is that what we're talking about here? Who were raising their children to be respectful, who are dealing with the same bullshit issues that Family Ties kids was dealing with? That's why it's unrealistic? Really? Right. Florida's husband died. Roger's mom couldn't find a man. You know? Right. They were a blended family before we used the word blended. So that's what I'm saying. Like, regardless of how you might personally feel about, like I said, I ain't going to go down the Bill Cosby road, but the show is important. As, again, getting into a time capsule of people need to understand that before the Cosby Show, we just didn't have that. Diane Carroll was the first Black woman to lead. I think she was the first Black woman to lead a show on a major network or something like that. And she was still playing a single mom. Granted, she had a career. She was a nurse and all of that. And she carried that role with dignity. But she still was a single mom. Right? My family wasn't middle class, but I had 2-parent household, so it's not foreign to me. Right? It's not foreign to most of us. It's not foreign to most of us. And even those of us who may have grown up in a single-parent home, you wasn't living in Cabrini Green. And that's no disrespect to people who grew up in Cabrini Green. But what I'm saying is that's just not that wasn't every Black person's story. Oh, well, absolutely a different world is, and I'm telling y'all, I do the retro reviews of A Different World. I don't know if y'all been catching them or not, but going back and revisiting each, because I catch them in reruns, but going back and catching each episode in order and really seeing just how they spoke to those issues and how well they addressed and handled some of our issues. And it was, going back and seeing it with a fresh lens and watching it from beginning. Well, we ain't started season 1 because season 1 is the forgotten season. We don't care about season 1. But going back to the beginning of season 2 and just seeing it evolve, it has really been a great journey for me. And you know what's funny? As a kid, I didn't see Good Times as depressing. My mother used to say that. And I'm like, you just don't like Good Times. And she was like, but as an adult, I know now I see exactly what she was talking about as an adult. Same negative messages. Single Black mother struggling and mulling, strong Black woman trope is going to kill us. Child, you right about that. But even when you look at, somebody said the Jeffersons, even when you look at the Jeffersons, yes, okay, so we have a successful Black man. And how was George depicted? He was a buffoon. I'm just going to call a spade. Well, that's probably not the best term. I'm going to just call a thing a thing. He was a buffoon. Can you see how George Jefferson acted 90% of the time? Do you really see this being a successful man running a franchise of businesses throughout New York borough? Let's be real. Calling people, crackers and this and that, the way he used to talk to people. He was a buffoon. Florence, the smart talking maid. Like, as a kid, I used to cry when my mother wanted to watch Good Times because I knew it was going to be depressing. Now, give me 227 was a better one. Never watched a single episode. Child, I have Good Times. I ordered the damn VHS. I had the whole series on VHS. Not anymore. I got rid of all my VHS tapes, but I had it on VHS at one time, child. The fact that they had a hard time scraping together $30, child. And Sanford and Son. Hey, Lady Steph, how you doing? I ain't seen you in a while, babes. Sanford and Son. So yeah, well, there's some iconics. And y'all like the damn, but my favorite is I won't do it again, mama. Mama, I'm sorry, mama. I won't do it again, mama. That's my favorite. And that's probably sad that that's my favorite, but it is. Right, Jaded. He said, right. Jaded was like, I grew up in poverty and it wasn't nothing funny to him. Right. George Jefferson was a clown. So yeah, they showed us this is a successful black man, but he couldn't even be dignified in his success. He was a buffoon. Now I used to look. Now I ain't lying. Now listen. I'm looking at my what's happening right now. I got them on DVD because y'all know I still got my DVDs. I got what's happening on DVD. I got it right over there right now. Amen. Now we're gonna start. Now y'all just gonna start. I don't remember that episode with Jenny got caught. Oh yeah, because she stole because she wanted to give Walona Mother's Day gift, and she stole it because she didn't want to ask for the money. I think that's what it was. Oh, I love. Listen, I can appreciate something and still see it for what it is. I love the Jeffersons, child. I don't know if it still does or not, but the Jeffersons used to come on like early in the morning. When I was sick, I told y'all when I was sick a few years ago, my sleep patterns were crazy, and I used to watch the Jeffersons in the morning. I don't know if it still come on in the morning or not. You still sing the theme song from Amen? Grew up with daddy who died, his siblings, and a mama named after a state in the projects. I love good time. You know what? Sanford and Son was my brother's favorite. Oh my gosh, my brother loves Sanford and Son. Jeez, my brother loves Sanford and Son. Not Big Fun. Listen, now that's it. That's it right there. If you don't remember nothing else about the Claire Huxtable read, you remember when she read Elvin. You remember Big Fun. And you remember that time that Denise wanted to buy that car, and she talking about this is my money. I should be able to do what I want to do with it. Are we still in America or not? And baby, Claire, and I think that was like season 1, and we didn't know the wrath of Claire yet, but that set the precedent. We was like, oh, she told her she could take that $100 and that car and go out and find America. I said, oh. Child, Claire let him have it. Big Fun was epic. It was. Abby did it on her Instagram one time. I mean, on her TikTok one time. Big Fun. Rudy go to bed. Yes, you wanted to have big fun, Vanessa. Did you have big fun? Yeah. You need to get YouTube no limit on storage. I have thousands of hours of recordings. I got something. Abby gifted me with something. YouTube. I got YouTube. What I got, Abby? YouTube TV. What I got, Abby? I don't even know what I have. That's sad. I just know I don't have to look at commercials no more. What I got, Abby? Yes, the Locomotion was a good one too. When they was going, yes, the Locomotion was a good one too, C. Golden. All right, y'all. Well, let's flip this up a little bit. Okay, so I wanted to say that to Miss Tabitha because I know that she loves that. Oh, thank you for sharing my video. Thank you. But and I know she'll go down the rabbit hole. She'll be doing a live on it later on this week. She done went down the rabbit hole, honey, and found all of the Dr. Seuss stuff, child. She gonna go down the rabbit hole on this one. But yeah, so, and again, I'm telling y'all, not now, do it after we done. But just go into YouTube and just Google World War II Walt Disney cartoons and see what those cartoons looked like. So Dr. Seuss wasn't the only one, child. Dr. Seuss was not the only one. Right, I want my money and I want it now. Yes, she sure did. And she had it down to the penny. She said, Sandra, you owe us. I said, oh. Oh, Lord. Oh, don't do it. No, Tabitha, your childhood wasn't a lie. It wasn't a lie. We just ain't know, honey. We just ain't know. Relax, relate, release. Yeah, that's still a good one. You know it's a good one when you can say it and people know what you're talking about. Like if you say to any black person, relax, relate, release, they know it. It's like right there. Boom. Because y'all remember in it was an episode of Living Single where Khadijah went to a therapist and it was Jasmine Guy and she did relax, relate, release to Khadijah. Like it just lives. It just lives. Right, Tabitha. I'm sorry. You can still enjoy them, boo. Oh, she's I'm sorry. right, y'all, but let's flip gears and get a little bit. So y'all know that I've been hanging out with these sneakerheads lately, child. Okay, y'all know I don't know nothing about no sneakers. Okay, I don't know nothing about no sneakers, and I've been hanging out. Breaking news: Josephine has accepted. Good. She needed to withdraw. She needed to withdraw because she wasn't gonna get approved. So that was yeah. Thank you, Tabitha. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, she wasn't gonna get approved, so she needed to withdraw. So that's good. Warner Brothers were bad too. Well, you know Warner Brothers now you want to talk about that, they were racist. You talk about the Warner Brothers, child. They were sexist and they were racist, child. Don't even get me started on Hollywood. Don't even get me going down that now. That's a whole nother rabbit hole, child. Fame. Yeah, everybody knows that Debbie Allen line from Fame. So I've been hanging out with these sneakerheads, and so apparently, I don't know how far back in the day. I'm gonna just say back in the day. I don't know how far back in the day. Okay, a new pair of sneakers came out. You could go in the store, you could buy the sneakers, and it was no big deal. Like, and if they didn't have your size, you call around or whatever, and you find the size. Well, just like everything else, things evolve and things become a business. And now you have these sneakers. You can have collector's edition. You have limited editions. You have all these different sneakers. They got the Jordan 1 through 20s. Shit, I don't know, right? And it seemed like every week a new sneaker is coming out, right? And so what has happened over the last, I don't know the exact years because I don't have the timeline, but you start having these sneaker brokers and you start having these people who will buy up the sneakers and then resell them for a profit. Kind of like what people used to do on eBay. You know what I'm saying? So what we found out was that there was a VP over to the Nike whose son is one of these resellers, and he was using her Nike credit card to buy up the sneakers to resell them. Now, there's a lot of things wrong with this equation. First of all, the fact that he used her Nike credit card or her corporate credit card to do it. Because, okay, so I'm learning that there's a lot of perks that come with working for Nike. And one is that you have a Nike account, right? Which I guess gives you access to things before they're open to the public or discounts and stuff like that. There's also like a Nike discount store that is only available to people who work for Nike, and they are only allowed to let a certain amount of people come into the discount store. All kinds of perks going on behind the scenes over to the Nike. And so her son, who was only 19, was using, I think they said $100,000. $100,000 worth of sneakers to resell. And he was using the Nike, thank you, Tabitha. And he was using the Nike discount when he was doing it. So here's how he got caught, y'all. He got caught because he put an ad in the paper. Now, if he had got caught because somebody linked him to her somehow, maybe they realized they had the same last name, maybe they recognized his picture on the Instagram or something like that, I'd be like, dang, damn, he got. But he got caught because he put an ad in the paper. And y'all, I'm telling you, some of these sneakers resell for like thousands of dollars. So let's say he bought the sneakers. I'm not gonna do the math because that is not my ministry. But let's say with the discount, he bought the sneakers for $150 a pair. He bought $100,000 worth of sneakers. Even if he just resold those same sneakers for $300, he's doubling his money. But most of these sneakers, I mean, not all of them, because some go down in price and all of that. But the ones that go up in price, like I've seen some of these $3,000-$4,000 for these sneakers, y'all. No, Mama resigned, and I'm sure they let her resign rather than fire her, so she could probably keep, her retirement or whatever else. Because she's been working for Nike for like 20 years. Like she's like, it ain't like she just started. Like she's been working for Nike longer than he's been alive. So you didn't cost your mama her job, okay? And I mean, 23 years, the article says that she's been working for Nike. And she was a regional VP. Like she was a VP over like North America, da-da-da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, so she had like big time title. Big time title. Oh yeah, they do it for a living. Oh, absolutely they do. They absolutely do. Listen, I would be in jail because I would be in jail for attempted murder because I would have tried to kill his ass. I promise you. But here's what the thing is. I don't believe she didn't know. I don't believe she didn't know. Hold on, y'all. Somebody at my door. It's probably Niecy. She probably didn't take her key. Thank you. All right, I gotta apologize to Niecy. It was somebody delivering a package. I don't believe she didn't know. $100,000 on your damn corporate credit card, child buy. And I don't believe this the first time he did it. It's probably this ain't the first time he's done it. She knew what he was doing. She had to know what he was doing. Yeah, she had to know. And you're not gonna tell me it was the first time. I don't believe it was the first time. The GOAT website does what, Belize? Yeah, I just learned about GOAT. I just learned about the GOAT website. He pissed off a resale competitor, maybe. It's really ugly. Like some of these, listen, I've been learning some things over these last couple of months, child. It's a lot. I remember my mom when she worked for the government and they had them credit cards for them to travel. And one of her coworkers bought some ties. She said this fool got fired over some $400 tires. Like, why would you chance it? Why would you buy some tires? Exactly. You can't buy a pack of gum. Yeah, he definitely. And the thing is this, at the very least, because this has become such a business, the buying and reselling of these shoes and all of that, and people making so much money, at the very least, I would say it's some sort of insider trading because he would know what shoes are coming out. He would know when to buy. He would know which ones to buy. Like he definitely had some inside scoop. You know what I'm saying? He used a corporate credit card to fund his business, which means he had no overhead costs and collected all the profit. Absolutely. Absolutely. How many ties he got for $400? Listen, my mama been retired for 20 years. Okay, so this was back in the like late 80s, early 90s. My mama retired 98. No, 2003 or 4. Well, that's the thing. When it start getting good to you, honey, you just can't stop. Because it just started getting good to you, honey. You can't stop. And at 19 years old, oh yeah, he was living it up. But y'all, it's a whole world. Y'all just like you got everything on YouTube, right? You can find everything on YouTube. So it's a whole world out there of these people who sell the sneakers and resell the sneakers and talk about the sneakers. And Marvin, I'm gonna say his real name, but Juggernaut of Souls, my friend Juggernaut of Souls, that I keep telling y'all to go check out his page. That's what he does. He does sneaker reviews. And hell, he's doing good. He got videos that have 2,000 and 3,000 views on it that he's only had out for a couple of months. You know, if you tap into the right area, it's just like anything else on YouTube. You tap into the right area and you find your people. You know what I'm saying? No way she didn't know you can't charge up 100K on a car without get somebody knew something. I receive an email after each purchase on my credit card. Child. The sneaker world is ridiculous. Like I said, I'm learning, y'all. I am learning. Because I don't know. Listen, I don't know nothing about these sneakers. Limited edition, special edition, all of that. Yeah. All of that. So, but what I'm hoping is that this will like sort of open up the door because she ain't the only one. She is not the only one. These people are out here like, what was that, about 2 months ago? Maybe about a month and a half ago. They had these trophy rooms. I didn't even know that Michael Jordan's son was doing sneakers, but he has like a boutique and they were like these limited edition. And I think only like 15,000 were made. And you had these sneaker collectors that had 200 or 300 pairs. How the hell you got 200 or 300 pairs? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. I'm going to give Anne the benefit of the doubt. Say she didn't know. I just feel like she'd be smarter at hiding the paper trail. I don't know. Yeah, Dre, listen, I'm learning these sneakerheads that I've been hanging around lately. Oh my gosh. Jeez, they get into it too. I'll be like, they be like, them Jordan 2s, them Jordan 10s. I don't know a Jordan 1 from a Jordan 5. I don't know what, I didn't even know they were different numbers. I just thought they were all called Jordans. I didn't know there was Jordan 1s, Jordan 2s, Jordan 3. I didn't know that. I just thought they was all Jordans. I didn't know. Learn something new every day, child. At the end of the day, you aren't supposed to be letting your family members use your. Well, yeah. VP of multi-billion-dollar industry, 100K isn't worth that much. Unlimited credit line, accounting probably checks quarterly. Child, I tell you what, I don't believe she the only one. Honestly, I don't believe she the only one out there doing it. I don't believe she the only one. True Jackson VP. I thought ones and Jordans were the same thing. Okay, so here's what I learned. Y'all want me to tell you this? I'm gonna tell y'all before I learned, then we're gonna move on. The Jordan 1s are the classic Jordans, the first ones. And then they go down. I don't know where they go up to. Any sneakerheads in the room, how far do they go up? Jordan, I know they go up to at least 10, but it's probably higher than that. Learn so much from the show Sneakerheads on Netflix. I never knew people went. Yes, me. Listen. I'm learning. I'm learning myself. What's up, Face? Kind of related. If y'all have Netflix, check a documentary called "Abstract: The Art of Design." There's a great episode about Nike's creative director. Okay, I'll check it out. It was a teen Nick show starring Kiki Palmer as vice president of a fashion house. I never knew. I ain't know nothing about that show. I don't know about that show. All right, y'all. Let's get ready to get on out of here in a few minutes. So the hits keep coming for T.I. He done got fired from Ant 3 with Ant-Man 3, the movie. They doing Ant-Man 3, and he was supposed to be on it. Child, he done got fired. The hits keep coming. It's up to 13, right? So each number is a different style. So when they say the Jordan 4s, there's a specific style. They just change up the colors and stuff like that. Like they might change up the colors, or the tongue might look different, or the sole. But that design is the design of the Jordan 5s or the Jordan 7s or the Jordan. You know what I'm saying? It's a specific design. What about Greg Abbott? I ain't said nothing about no Greg Abbott. Y'all, those sneakerheads are serious too. They serious as hell. Listen, they serious. How he get fired on his day off? By drugging little girls and shut up. Nope. Because T.I.'s character wasn't needed. Well, clearly, it clearly wasn't needed because they told him, "Thank you for your services." You was gonna make a joke about T.I. and the Ant-Man. Listen, I don't know, but the hits keep coming, child. Oh yeah, we already talked about, my bad, yeah, child. We already talked about the Texas governor, the people down there in Texas, child. I feel for y'all. No more masks. Everything opening up to 100% capacity. Y'all, let me know how that work out. Make sure we check the numbers in Texas in a month. Let's see how that work out for them. Am I gonna watch New York? They have 2 black housewives now. Y'all, I don't know if I could do another housewives. Listen, y'all got me watching New Jersey. Okay, I watched the OC because I thought I was gonna review it, but I didn't. I just got done with them Salt Lake City women. Okay, then we got Dallas, and y'all still got me over here in Atlanta. Y'all see, y'all ain't even got y'all Atlanta review yet. Why? Because I don't care. I don't care. I do care though. I ain't gonna say I don't care. I do care. I was tired yesterday. I really was tired yesterday. I did the interview. After I got off my live, then I did the interview with Reese G. And after that, I really was tired last night. So I don't want to say I don't care, because I do care. And then Sunday, I didn't do a Sunday because shoot, y'all got like 5-6 videos on Sunday. I was rolling Sunday morning. I didn't talk about 90 Day. Okay, let's roll. All right, let's get into this 90 Day Fiance, and then we're gonna get out of here. No, I'm not going. No. I'm not giving up New Jersey. I just don't know if I can pick up a new one. That's what I'm saying. I'm not giving up. No, heck no. I ain't giving up New Jersey. Them women been acting up since they've been acting up since 5 minutes into the season premiere. I ain't going nowhere. And then we got Married to Medicine on Sunday, which, you know, Married to Medicine is always a good show. It's always a good show. Yeah, Reese's show is good. The Retreat. I think is pretty good. Not trash the end. Listen, let me tell you about this 90 Day Fiance show y'all got me watching. Okay. Actually, Niecy got me watching. I'm gonna blame Niecy for this one. Niecy got me watching this 90 Day Fiance. I need to ask me. Did she ever respond? Because I was gonna do one Saturday. We could do one this weekend. Send out a text. Send out a text to me. And ask her if she's good Saturday. I need to talk to El Teddy about doing a teacher project. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Married to Mess works my nerves. Oh, it's coming. Yeah, Sunday. And then I got the new show on Delilah. I don't know if I'm gonna review it, but I'm gonna watch the first episode and let y'all know how I feel about that. The T.S. Madison experience is. Listen. I gotta catch up because I'm behind. So that's why I'm gonna get off of here in a few minutes so I can get caught up on my shows. So let me tell y'all how I feel about this Stephanie woman over to the 90 Day Fiance. That's the only couple I'm gonna talk about right now because I'm gonna get off of here in about 10 minutes. For those of you who watch 90 Day Fiance, I'm not even gonna lie, I felt some kind of way about these last 2 episodes. Stephanie, there's some very racial undertones in this whole situation with Stephanie and how she is dealing with these black men down Belize. They down in Belize. I just have a problem with it. Like, listen, let's be clear. A lot of us have gone on vacation and we done found ourselves a Dexter St. Jacques. Okay, it is what it is. It happens. We done found ourselves a Dexter St. Jacques. Okay, but the way she acting with Ryan, it's something wrong with her. And the way that thing went down, the episode before last, when she got to crying and acting a fool and then talking about something, I hope he didn't take my mother's ring. He knows that that's the one thing that would bother me if he stole my mother's ring. He left all the rest of that shit laying there. Why made you think he stole the ring? First of all, I don't even know why you took that ring down there. That man wasn't a bit more about to marry you than the man in the moon. Then as soon as he leaves, you call his cousin. Y'all, some ain't sit right in my spirit with them, with that. Some ain't sit right in my spirit. I did just reference Eddie Murphy Raw. I'm just saying. Listen, I'm just saying, ladies, Ladies, a whole lot of us have gone on vacation. We done found ourselves at Dexter St. Jacques. We have. Okay? But when the vacation is over, so is that. She is so nasty. And like I said, I don't even like the way that whole thing went down. I just don't like the way that whole thing went down. Oh, it's me, D. Are you crazy? I absolutely am going to watch Coming to America Part 2. Absolutely. Child. As somebody who can recite the whole first Coming to America, absolutely I will be. Yeah, some just ain't sit right with me with that. And then the way she always throws her money at him. Listen, y'all, when that man said, I'm going to my cab, and she said, with whose money? Y'all, I wanted to jump through that screen and whoop her ass myself. With whose money? That thing did something to me. That thing did something to me. You was thinking about doing a react? Do one. D, do one. Riders from your town of Ladyville. For real? You know him? You know his people? And then the cousin is nasty too, but the cousin was clear about what he want. Did y'all hear the cousin? The cousin said, listen, I think I would do good in America. I think I could find me a good life in America. And he said something about Stephanie's money. I said, at least the cousin is clear on what he wants. The cousin is being very clear and very transparent that what he looking for is a way to get to America on her rich back. That's all that's about. And if he got to fake it till he make it, then he fine with doing that. Good Times is always going to be my favorite TV show. I can watch it. Listen, I ain't lying. I can too. There's certain episodes I don't like. I can be like, oh, like, because Good Times is one of those shows. Within the first 2 minutes, you know what episode it is. You be like, oh, I don't feel like looking at this today. But for the most part, yeah, I can always do me a Good Times moment. They think all Americans traveling are rich. Right. Well, she is, though. At least for the purposes of this show, she rich. I don't know what her real bank account look like, child. But for the purposes of the show, she rich. But I know all that stuff she claimed to buy wasn't all that she claimed it to be. Child. Because if the watch is that expensive, why it ain't in no box? I ain't never seen a $3,000 watch just come in plastic. Come on now. Come on. I don't know, L Love. I don't think anything will top the original, but I think it'll be good. I don't know. What about Big Brother? She ordered those off Wish, child. She ordered them from somewhere that was terrible. And I was just sitting here like I said, that thing just did something to me. When she said to him, when he said he was getting him a cab, and she said with what money? I was just like, oh hell no. Like that thing just did something to me, y'all. Because she had already been making money references the whole time. Even told his mother, because she got mad at his mother because his mother basically wouldn't tell her everything she wanted to know about what he was doing and where he was going and who he was spending his time with. So she won't tell the mother, well, you can give me my money back that I loaned you. So y'all know what the mother did? The mother blocked her ass on social media. I said, I know that's right. Blocked her, blocked the phone and everything. I said, that's what I would have done too. I said, I ain't mad at you. That's what I would have done too. The hell you mean you want the money back? You let me, because of COVID, they were having such a hard time, so she's sending them money. If you don't go sit down somewhere, your mother has me blocked. He was like, yeah, because you said you wanted your money back. Like, He said, you can't hold money over our heads. Child. Child. Listen, I'm sick of y'all too. Jovi, no Jovi. I'm sick of y'all. I'm actually sick of all of them. If you want to know the truth, no matter. I'm sick of Yara complaining to Jovi, and I'm sick of Jovi being so stupid. Because some stuff he does, he deserves to get yelled at. Like going to hang out with your friends and not taking your fiance. Girl, like you already know what that was gonna be. I'm sick of Natalie crying about that damn ring. Rebecca and her dumb butt was Zavid. Oh, that's funny. I wonder if he is now. You're right. I wonder if he is. I didn't like this. I didn't like Nutty Professor 2, but I did like Sister Act 2. It's a classic. It absolutely is a classic. That's one of the few cases where the sequel I think was better than the original. Yeah, Tariq think he's slick. Did y'all see how happy he got when they called up Hazel? I mean, when they called up Minty. Hazel peeped that. Hazel was like, okay. She wasn't, listen, she peeped that. Listen, if I got to look at that empty ass apartment one more time and she lie and say that it's in storage, because y'all have had time to go to the store. You had time to take off work and rent a cabin up in the woods. You had time to go by that damn storage unit and clean it out. At least get a couch. I said, girl, 90 Day Fiance, you been watching that face? Child. I blame Niecy for me watching 90 Day Fiance, child. It's Niecy's fault. With that damn shop. Right, with that daggone shopping cart. Did you say I'm welcome? Yeah, who else? Julia on that farm. Listen. Well, then, BAP, don't do it to yourself then. Don't do it. If I'm looking for a good scripted LGBT web series, go to Slay TV YouTube page. Not Free Julia. Okay, Slay TV. All right, I have to look up Slay TV. Hold on. I think you told me about them before, nephew. Slay TV. I'm writing this with my right hand. Lord, I hope I'll be able to read this later. Listen, they brought her over there to work on that farm. They don't care about their son marrying her. Am I done with Basketball Wives yet? Child, probably. Probably. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here. Don't forget to check out Avon. Thank you again. I think I got another order this morning or last. I think they process them at midnight, so I get the email saying I got a new order. So thank you. For those of you who have purchased Avon, who want to purchase Avon, who will purchase the Avon, I do appreciate you. Niecy still ain't bought no Avon, but it's okay. She'll just support me in other ways, I guess. Niecy, you watch Real Housewives of New York, right? You know they added another black housewife. Yeah, now they got two whole black housewives, girl. Hey, Vovo. Vovo just be coming out the bushes. I ain't know when he got here. All right, y'all. So that's the link. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Welcome everybody who was here. We got up to 100 and something people in the chat today. Hey. So if you are not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. If not, I will see. Did I say Azealia Banks? Child, I don't listen to nothing Azealia Banks say. I'm sorry, Mimi. I just can't. I can't with her. I put her in the same category as Jaguar Wright. I just can't with her. I just can't. I'm sorry. And she might sometimes be telling the truth, but I ain't got the energy to pick through it. One of the black girls does a podcast with Dustin. Really? I'm gonna have to go back and look. Okay. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for coming through. Peace.